France and Serbia. Well, each of these teams just one win away from playing in what would be one of the games, unforgettable games of these players' careers. They will certainly relish the opportunity to get into the title game, to take on the United States, whoever it is, the fans, some family, who knows, journalists, agents, scouts. They're all here watching these teams play. It's been a difficult time around the world with COVID and the pandemic and everything, and obviously it's good to have the basketball being played here again. So Riga Latvia, always a lovely place to come to visit, and the Riga Arena has had some big games over the years. The United States winning that game 92-86 over Canada, the first semifinal. So the loser of this game will take on Canada in the third place game. And obviously, again, the prize for the winner is a date with the United States. And you know, just talking to people around here, they're surprised that Serbia have made it this far to the semifinals. I know there's some people that expected them to do well. Certainly in the power rankings, they were listed, I think, at number 2 that you can find on the FIBA basketball website. But you look here at the road to the final. The USA is there, and the winner of this game will meet them, and again, the loser will go up against Canada. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mark Clark and Mr. Jovic there as well. Certainly takes center stage at this moment. We don't really know what to expect from Serbia, and we don't really know how this is going to turn out. We know that France are incredibly talented. Serbia have had some games where we couldn't believe that they were that close, but yet here they are.
Yeah, and when you look at the teams that came out of the groups from the last 16 and made the quarterfinals, Serbia's the only team that did it from their group. That's some tough games, Jeff. You know, they really struggled against Japan, and that would surprise a lot of people. Then they were down by 16 points at one point to Latvia, but they found a way to get back and win. And yesterday, even though there's lots of question marks generated by the game, they found a way to just tough it out against Argentina, who in many ways are the team that's made the most out of their talent in this World Cup. And they would not lie down, and in the end, under some, you got to say, Coach Lucas did a really nice job at trying to control the game down the end. They really came up with a solid fourth quarter to get the win. France, on the other hand, now they could be anything. I mean, they have so much potential across this roster. I mean, Victor Wembanyama gets a lot of their headlines, but across the roster, their guards are exciting. Lezel played really well yesterday, had a super game. His backcourt combination with Giambon is exciting, yeah. And they get contributions from it. Yesterday, we so impressed with Clement Frisch stayed with the game and carried on to shoot the ball. So this could go either way. This is a big-time European clash.
Well, we'll talk more about it in a second. First, we're going to have the playing of the national anthems for Serbia and France.
National anthem of Serbia.
huddle up here before the game and all excited. Youth national team programs are so important. Obviously, it's the senior teams that often get all the attention, but that mentality of playing for their country and that pride is shown at this younger level. So the referees, Wojciech Liszka from Poland, the crew chief in the middle, Leonardo Damian Salazar from Argentina, and Karen Baki from Turkey also on this refereeing crew tonight. So first we'll take a look at Serbia, who will not have Todorovic tonight, who has a stress fracture. We saw him holding his left elbow yesterday, so it is a stress fracture in his left elbow, but the good news is he's only going to be out for a couple of weeks. The bad news is Serbia will be without him for a couple of days. But anyway, injuries are part and parcel of the game, and again, Jovic will get a lot of the attention for the Serbia team, a bona fide prospect to play at the highest level. We believe Serbia has demonstrated that. So Mark, again, looking at the starting five, it'll be Jovic, Petrovic, Stefanovic, Moshikic, and Skobal. And then you'll look at the bench for Serbia as well. I think, there we go, Coach Lukic. So Todorovic is still there, number 7, but he's not going to play.
Yeah, Jeff, obviously Jovic is the guy getting the headline. Skobal was excellent yesterday. That sort of combination at the sort of the 3 and the 4 gives Coach Lukic a lot of options where I think he'll believe that he can exploit and have an advantage in terms of the matchups. I mean, obviously, you've got to find a way to control the things in the glass. The thing he's really got to stop is that Argentina scored 50 points in the paint yesterday, and they don't really have the size and the offensive threat that this French team has, and they've got to find a way to keep them off the glass, too.
So there's Strazel. You mentioned number 30. He was terrific.
Yeah.
Actually led him in scoring yesterday. And Wembanyama, who just sent shockwaves, really, in the social media with his performance yesterday around the world. He was that good and better, in fact, whether it was his dunks, his shots, his blocks. He's in the starting 5 along with Ugalon, which is good because Luca Ugalon was injured yesterday on a tumble, but he's okay. Strazel, Wade Drago, and Jason Chickenboot also in that starting 5. Of course, he played in the Basketball Champions League this season with Strasbourg.
Yeah, that backcourt is exciting. So you have an exciting backcourt, and they have Yama out front. So, like, they've got talent in the backcourt. They take care of the ball. They're going to be able to get really high percentage options, and they have real balance and different options coming in. I think their matchups at that 3 and the 4 spot could be really decisive, especially as you said, they had an injury with the back yesterday. I think it's so important to the balance of this French team. So, Serbia playing France, when can you ever call that game? And we're in one of those places right now.
Je pense qu'il prendra du cas, maintenant on va voir. C'est le joueur de Jovic qui fait. Ouais, c'est le joueur de Jovic qui fait.
Yeah, certainly it's always a pleasure to call these two teams, these two countries, whenever they put national teams on the floor. And Jovic, big moment for him, big moment for Strazel, for Chickenboot, for Wembanyama, all these guys. They'll get to play and then a FIBA U19 play and then a FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup semifinal. And they would like to get to the title game. Of course, Serbia have won it before. Back in 2007, also finished runners-up in 2011, 2013, and France most recently, the last edition that you were at, finished 3rd in Greece.
And when you think of some of the talent that's come through the French under-19 team and these number of times they've won in Europe, etc., it's about time that they had the chance to win the gold medal here.
Good evening, folks. We are underway in Riga. France against Serbia in the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup semifinals. The winner will face the USA in the title game. France winning the opening tip, and Sprazel missing with his first attempt. So he passed down low to Misikic, bounce pass, and Wembanyama went up with a block and is called for an early foul.
The pass decision was just exceptional by Misikic. Waiting for the defense to react, with the ball behind, and you see the opportunity was there. It's France trying to do things with their defense. They get more they get more steals, score more points off of turnovers than Serbia. Serbia isn't that sort of team. Serbia wants this to be a controlled game, as they did yesterday. Ultimately, they gained control of the tempo in the win over Argentina. But France are going to want to do things, but then Serbia is one of the smartest teams here in making decisions coming out of things like traps, as they just did.
So Stefanovic put Serbia on top, hit some big shots last night against Argentina when they were coming back. Sprazel leaves his feet, gets it over to Ugalon, and Ouedraogo with the rebound. Wembanyama, and he's short as well, and Jovic rebounds and runs for Serbia. Stefanovic gets it to Misikic, and again he finds Jovic this time, pump fake, and an easy one for Serbia.
Well, it's interesting, Jeff, because like Ouedraogo just leads and traps, and both times Serbia just passed the basketball, made a good decision, and that was a wide open look.
The dump to Ouedraogo. Foul called before, so no basket.
Yeah, they switched at a no-win mismatch, as long as France took care of the pass as they did, so they had to hold.
Chickenboot inbounds the basketball to Sprazel, who goes hard to the basket and scores. We have been impressed by him.
He's so quick. The first step, he only had half a step, and he turned that into just a wide-open layup, just with the quickness of the decision. So I think they have a big advantage at the guard spot.
Look at the defense coming up with a steal. Ugalon passes back to Sprazel for three. Wembanyama the rebound. Ugalon again, and Ugalon starting cold.
Absolutely freezing cold, Jeff, because both those wide open looks.
Misikic, little pump fake, gets it to Skobal. They're just working their way down low and getting layups.
It's just, again, such a good decision. And France have to help us. If they're going to start rotating like that, I mean, Serbia are always doing a job at getting the right person to help, and they're just hitting the open man. Now they got a chance to run.
Petrovic fouled from behind by Chickenboot. Gets him on the arm there, you can see.
We talked about Coach Lukic a lot yesterday, and certain coaches have presence on the sideline, Jeff, and they can have that little word with the official about and he's already worked both officials on that one call.
Well, he got the call, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the call, but he wanted to make sure he got the right interpretation on it. And,
okay.
You know, the referees, the two of them both know it's there.
How about Misikic drilling it from three-point range, and he's got a big smile on his face. I don't know if he's surprised himself with that. But it's a 9-2 lead for Serbia. And they've given themselves a perfect launch pad, shall we say, to go ahead. Here's Wembanyama. Pushed out and takes the contact and is fouled. They're going to say 2 shots. He wasn't behind the arc when the foul was committed.
We didn't talk about Misikic very much before the game. He had 3 points, 3 assists. Every time he touches the ball, something great's happening at the moment. And it's all about being smart. I think France are going to want to try and speed up Serbia. And at the moment, Serbia are just making very good decisions against that trap and very good decisions in moving off the ball.
Crepe looking on. How far can Wembanyama go for France. In his career, he just had such an incredible performance yesterday. I think he surprised everybody with how good he was. Bounce pass for Šikić again, and Jović goes in and gets the dunk. Boy, it is basketball 101 right now on display for Serbia. They have prepared excellently for this, forcing Klepe to call timeout.
It's
simple.
It's the trap is way down the floor, middle of the floor, and Serbia just moving off the ball, get the easy look. Just to see how Coach Klepe deals with it.
On va faire jaune. Bon, voilà, on va faire jaune et c'est tout. Hein? Ben oui, non, mais attendez. Ouais, on n'y est pas, les gars. Là, on est partout, on est en retard. Il joue des backdoors, il n'y a pas de pression sur la balle. Il donne le ballon comme il veut. Soit pas en l'air, soit à la terre. Il faut changer, les mecs. Ok, on fait switch pour l'instant. Ok, on revient dans le match. D'accord? Avec Gino la prochaine. Bon, allez, bleu, blanc, rouge, pense.
Mark, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised that France are trying to do things, but they're trying to do things and they don't appear to have decided how they're going to rotate behind it. I mean, I've got no issues with them perhaps like sending to the trap, running the whatever they want to do. But off the ball, there is just zero idea of how to actually rotate out of this if they don't get the steal. And she's looking like, well, 4 assists, 3 points every time he touches it. Serbia score. 11-3.
So 8-point lead for Serbia. Wembanyama, guarded by Šikić. Spins on the baseline. And a shot, 1 and out. Run, rebound and run for Jović, but gets it back to Skobal. Kovacevic. Here he is, Šikić again. Passes Stefanovic. Jović lets it go right at the end of the shot clock. And away Drago. Ooh, boy, dangerous pass. Kovacevic was lurking. But Strazel hustles down the floor. And Chikambu drives in, an easy one. He saw the opportunity.
I think France just play straight up man-to-man for a while. You should be able to contain the dribble. Like that. Force a tough shot.
And Wembanyama with the rebound. And here comes Chikambu again. And loses control of it. Now Skobal. Bounce pass, Jović. And boy, Wembanyama got back in time. I think the French coach must have worried about a potential whistle there.
I think he was very lucky. His arms came down with that contact.
Kovacevic gets blocked by Wembanyama. The first block for him. I'm sure that will not be the last. Offensive foul called on Wembanyama.
I wouldn't mind seeing this again, Jeff. You know, often you see someone, you know, with physical attributes as Victor Wembanyama has, just because he's that big. When he just moves his arms in a normal action, they end up in a very visual part of the defender, i.e., he's, you know, high up in his body or his face. I'm not sure he actually threw his elbow and held his space here. It doesn't look like we're going to get a view of it, but that's an unfortunate call for the, you know, the player that everybody in the gym wants to see. Well, okay, me and you.
Certainly. I'm sure Lukic rather is probably happy. Well, pass to Jović, and just again, so easy. Back to an 8-point lead. Fish has come into the game, number 25. Chikambu puts it up. Well, that was a sharp-looking release.
That 1-2 punch at the guard spot, I still think it's going to be very, very decisive
for France.
Yeah, in terms of how this game goes. If they have a game, the pair of them, then it's going to be a tough game.
Look at Petrovic did great to get inside, then just missed the layup. Here goes Strazel again. Traore's checked in, not able to catch that one.
That's a super defensive effort, because to get over the top and then to get to the lane, that's just great defense by Serbia.
Frisch rather, is a good shooter, so Serbia will not want to lose sight of him. Masikic has him. Traore. Tough drive. Doesn't finish, and Jovic again rebounds and runs.
And Serbia not liking the, didn't have the numerical advantage. They'll get into the half court. They'll try and get something they want.
Masikic is right at Frisch and scores. And they're just getting layups.
Yep. Yeah, the difference between the two teams at the moment is defensively Serbia are taking France out of what France want to do. France not doing that to Serbia.
Traore to Ouedraogo. Decides to pass it back out. Another three. Good. Chikambu. Well.
He's carrying them at the moment. He's literally outside. He's taking decent options.
Forward with the penetration as well.
Yep. This is the area where it's a problem.
Jovic. Almost. Like he's winded, Jovic. Traore drives in. Ouedraogo with the offensive rebound. Blocked by Skobal. So they pass it back out. Well, as difficult as a start as it's been for France, they only trail by 4 points. So Belic and Kovacevic are coming back in. They're coming into the game, and that was one of the shots from Chikambu, the three-pointer, and here is another one.
As you saw in the replay, no one there. No one's putting a hand up. The backcourt is, they're going to be very wary of their speed in actually breaking them down, but they've got to have a hand up on that shot. Interested in how this rotation works. They're taking Skobal and Jovic out at the same time.
Frisch drives in. Masikic, if he goes, it's another assist for Masikic. Wow. And Stefanovic showing his jump shooting ability.
Well, we saw that yesterday with Jeff, when he gets his feet set.
Oh, what a bounce pass. It goes and finished nicely by Traore.
Jeff, we've complained in some games about the inability of people move off the ball. This is definitely not the case with these two teams. They always have pass options because the movement away from the ball is excellent.
1.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Stefanovic over to Masikic, another pass, and this time blocked by Traore, or got into his way. France run, look at Traore hustle, but isn't able to catch the basketball.
Right, looking like he was licking his lips with what options he had down the floor. I think he's thinking, I'm an opportunity to really go to work here, but there's the nice timing on the bounce pass. Again, made by the movement away from the ball. I mean, it's an easy thing to sit here and say, but if you give the man with the ball pass options, that's what they have. They literally have options all the way through the play, whether they shoot, whether they pass. It's when you stand still that people end up having to force shots.
Petrovic does a great job of getting to the rim there. Got past Desert.
Yeah, that just shouldn't happen. You know, you've got the man in front of you, contain him, take him to an area down away from the basket, preferably down the side.
Mahis Balou also in the game now, as well as Louis Lesmont. Chikambu. Desert kept it alive, and look at the hustle from Stefanovic.
just got to be very impressed with the way Serbia just come out sharper, better execution, sharing the ball, trying to hold this one for as long as they can.
Petrovic again, this time loses control, batted out of his hands. Steps back and goes. Boy, that is about as tough a shot as there is. Guarded closely by Dimahes Balou.
There's not what Balou could do at all.
Was there, and his shot no good at the end of one. It is Serbia impressively out of the gates and leading 23-13 over France.
Well, stats-wise, you just got to be so impressed with the efficiency of Serbia. Away from the basketball, the movement is great. You know, the creation of passing lanes and finish in the high percentage. It's going to be the best plays. You know, there's going to be a couple of exceptional individual plays, but the ball movement against that early trap, which still looked a little bit, you know, just poor execution by France, especially away from the trap itself. But you've still got to then execute. You've still got to make the pass, and Serbia continually found the open players.
Well, Chickambo had 8 points for France, but that's really been about it for them. They're 5 of 17 inside the arc, or overall rather, just 3 of 12 inside the arc. But turned it over 4 times.
25%, Jeff, from 2-point range for France. 75% from the 3-point line for Serbia. That's because they've had open looks, apart from the ridiculous fadeaway 3 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
And it's
just 1 turnover there for Serbia as well.
And that's, they're good on they're very good on taking care of the basketball at times. What they're not very good at is generating opportunities out of their defense. They haven't had to. They come down the floor and pretty much, for the large chunk of that first quarter, got exactly what they wanted in the half court. And the other thing that's a concern if you're France, 0 points off turnovers. Their defense hasn't given them any opportunities to run and break this game open. And they base a lot of their success in this competition as getting points off turnovers. So, got to knock it down, play some big.
Did we slightly underrate Stefanovic? You think that fadeaway 3-pointer? He's a good shooter, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I don't think we really picked him up, if that's the right
perhaps
word.
Didn't fully appreciate.
No, until the fourth quarter yesterday when he came alive.
Yeah, he was terrific. And he started brilliantly tonight. Here's Petrovic again. He's been active. And now on the baseline, Kovacevic misses. Second quarter underway here in Riga. And France looks flat as well. I mean, it's their star player on the bench.
Yep.
Banyama. Got all the headlines after yesterday coming into today. But it's been Serbian efficiency.
I wouldn't want people to think we're making it sound like the Serbian team is just an efficient basketball team. That does, they've got some talent, and that's the balance. Get your talented players the ball in areas where they can be effective.
And Petrovic has been tough.
Yes.
If they're going to be, we're worried about the Serbian guard play, but he's come out and started very well today. Brazel, meanwhile, picks up the foul.
Yeah, and it's where France was supposed to, and I still believe will over the game. They were supposed to have an advantage. They were supposed to be able to be explosive from the point spot. They were supposed to be able to get advantage, and it's been the other way around.
So Brazel, that explosive guard for France, goes out, and Oubelon replaces him. Dimahes Balou still in, and Stefanovic kept his feet, and then driving in, and look at him crashing the board, Serbia. Kovacevic does a great work. Gets fouled by Louis Lesmond. Also, Medarovic was in there battling away.
Jeff, there's not a stat category in this game so far that Serbia aren't just getting the best of. You know, France is supposed to be the team that's crashing the glass, being athletic, getting rebounds, challenging shots. They're supposed to be the team breaking down Serbia in the half court because the guards can't contain, you know, the speed of Strazel and Jambo in the half court or in transition. Serbia just dictating this whole game. It's just a very, very good performance. Now, they're going to have to play like this for the whole game because at some point, France will get a run. But at the moment, they're just not playing enough defense to generate the tempo they want to generate. And it's almost as though they've been a little, they've underestimated how well Serbia would play here in terms of the trap was a little bit, I wouldn't say cheap, but it's a little bit basic.
Marcion Neleo come into the game, number 22. Started by Bellish down low. Frisch and telegraphed the pass. Petrovic steals it and goes up and gets another layup.
He's been exceptional. Petrovic has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, he has. And again, we were highlighting the Frisch guards, and it's Petrovic that's stealing the show. Literally stealing the show. Boy, that was a tough catch from Desert. And I mean, you can't be too unhappy if you're Lukic. I mean, your team is playing pretty good defense there. It's just an exceptional play by Desert.
See, the great thing is you saw, they've obviously said, we've got to get out in the passing lane. They got the steal in this play with a nice finish from Petrovic under pressure on the finish. And on that last play, you've got to challenge Frisch because he can catch and shoot. You saw the help arriving on the movement of the ball, so even when he caught it, there was still help there. So there's not a lot that the Serbian, I mean, they've almost been as perfect as you can be in the opening 12 minutes of the game.
Desert spurns the opportunity at the line. So still a 12-point lead now here for Serbia.
Yeah. Shoot under 60% as well, Jeff, from the line. So it's not great for France at the moment.
So usually it has to start at the defensive end. Jovic, meanwhile, it was online but long.
Well, they did start there at the defensive end. They didn't get turned. They didn't allow the ball reversal or penetration. They really did keep everything in front of them. And this French team, I think, can do that. They don't need to do anything like junky, for want of a better phrase, in terms of
solid man-to-man.
Yeah, just stay down, get the ball where you want it to be, force them to get deep in the shot clock and have to make plays. I'm not sure, apart from making tough shots, if Serbia have got people across the floor that can break down the defense.
Balou takes a tough shot in the end, and Ouedraogo bails him out, and he gets the rebound and puts it in.
Well, that's the point we highlighted before. It hasn't been an issue up until now. Argentina did a great job on the offensive boards and on the inside against the Serbian team. And France have got to start going to work down there.
He's not going to stay with Petrovic. He's able to get to the corner. Stefanovic this time shows his human, misses. And up to Ouvelon, pulls up on the break and banks it in.
Here we go. This is a little bit more the France that we've seen in the earlier rounds of this Under-19 World Cup.
Maksimovic. And again, pass to Skobal.
Mid-court, middle of the floor trap. I've got no idea why, how and what they think they can do, because away from the ball, they're just allowing the entry straight into the foul line.
Three-pointer from Demahi Balou. Let's see if they play solid man-to-man. Demahi Balou after the three. Oh, Petrovic goes past him. No rim protection.
Well, the ring protection sitting on the bench for 2 fouls. you can play that way when Wembanyama is
getting back on defense.
Absolutely.
Shot clock down to 5. FIBA, 2 in a row for him. It's their ability to hit three-pointers, which has really kind of kept them in the game today. Chikambu's hit a couple, now FIBA. Joksimovic struggling to catch the basketball. Now a little bit of pressure in the corner. Step back, nope, that's an air ball. And he falls asleep. Petrovic was looking over at his coach. And the foul, so FIBA has really given them a lift here. Foul by Joksimovic. You can't see it, but as you look at the three-pointer, one of his threes, is this the other one?
Yeah. Or the same one from a different camera angle.
I think Lucas Orich maybe coached a little too hard there. I think he distracted Petrovic because he stopped and was looking at him. And while he was looking at him, FIBA just went right past him.
Petrovic was feeling a little bad about the air ball that he threw up, so it's a combination of both.
Frisch, oh, tough pass. Marcion Maleo with the catch, and then has it taken away by Stovall. Jovic again, he's going in for the dunk. Ooh. Hopefully he's okay. He took a tumble. He gets up. Rougelon. Foul for the drive.
Yeah, I have to say, Jeff, I think that because of their issues earlier in the competition where they had narrow wins over and came to come back against two teams that didn't make the quarterfinals in Latvia and Japan. Maybe we've looked at this Serbian team for, well, they're okay. Serbian team, etc. But they got some serious talent on the floor. We know that Jovic, that's easy.
Yeah.
But other guys in this game have just stepped up.
Well, I think we had legitimate concerns because of those results.
Yeah.
But maybe they're saving their best for the right time.
Right, it's tournament players. There's no point. You can't win the tournament in the first 3 days.
Another turnover for France. They have had their problems in that category today. That's never a good sign. They've turned it over 7 times. And Serbia have punished them repeatedly. They've got 11 points off the turnovers.
France were dragging themselves back in from the three-point line. They're up to 57% from beyond the arc. But it's down this end. They continue to get broken down, which I just didn't see coming at all.
Way to go, Jovic. Would have put money on him making that one. Chikambu now gets the contact from Belic. So they are accumulating. I think that's going to be free throws.
That's a great hesitation. I hope we get a replay of it because his ability to just hesitate, freeze the defense, get the reaction, and go again was very impressive. Frisch did a good job spreading to the corner, which calls the help and calls the player defensively to make a decision. Chambol read it particularly well, but again, the French frailty from the free throw line. I mean, they're down at 33%, Jeff. They're trying to get to a World Cup final at 33% from the free throw line. It's just not happening. And make that even worse now.
So still an 8-point lead for Serbia. Kovacevic, look at that. Joksimovic draws the defense, passes. And simple, excellent work.
Jeff, the most important thing you do if you're going into this timeout, if you're going to trap, work out who's going to take the person diving to the basket.
Right.
And at this point in time, we're now like 4 minutes from halftime, and France still haven't decided who's going to take the drive to the basket. If you're not going to sort it out, take it away. Don't bring it back.
Exactly.
Sur les porteurs de balle, meneur, arrière, passer en dessous. Et 3, 4, 5, ça peut switcher.
C'est que ça. Non mais il faut arrêter. On est incapable. Tu sors, on est incapable de mettre de la pression sur la balle. C'est-à-dire le mec, il fait tout de suite la passe. C'est pas possible. Oui, tu sors et bah, oh, sur les écrans. Et vous allez les pousser, les tasser, d'accord, et vous passez en dessous. D'accord. Si ça vous spin, vous switchez. Parce que là, sur le allez les gars, en dessous, jaune.
Here's Todorovic getting the pat on the head from Luka Zoric, not able to play today because of the stress fracture in the elbow.
Well, we commented yesterday that Coach Zoric has this, you know, with his coaching in Pro Ball in the Basketball Champions League, where he was Coach of the Year, and even with these young men, he has this great way of challenging them in a, you know, in a very forceful way, but then he's always loving them.
Yeah.
You know, it's always eye to eye. It's always about, you know, let's get better. And as I said before in the game, he has some presence on the sideline.
And Joksimovic guilty of the foul on Ouedraogo. It's almost like it was intentional, wasn't it? It's almost like he was getting instructions to do just that, to put Ouedraogo on the line.
Well, if you're shooting like 30% from the free throw line, you might as well send him there at the time.
Yeah, he's only hit 8 of 23 in this tournament.
Yeah.
So,
and you can see why, Jeff. It's not the smoothest looking action. You know, it's something as a young player with his position on the floor and the way he plays, he's going to spend a lot of time on the free throw line. He's really, really athletic, very good around the ring, uses his body really well.
but nobody boxes out Frisch. So the strategy sort of backfires a little bit.
Yeah,
pretty clear. That's what was the call. That's what the call was from the sidelines, to foul him.
You don't see Frisch as your main offensive rebound threat.
He always surprises you.
Doesn't
because he had done nothing before that. Here he is D'ing up on Joksimovic. Petrovic, meanwhile, for three. That's off. And Strazel not able to rebound it, and then they hand it off. And again, Frisch doing a good job. And comes up with the basketball. Look at that. Chikambu avoids Petrovic and then throws it away. Good hands by Joksimovic.
You can't throw it across the defense like that. And you've got, as the defense is retreating and recovering.
And Chikambu missed the foul on Joksimovic. I don't know why you commit that with 4.9 seconds here. I mean, maybe he doesn't know how much time is left, but...
Well, you know there's not a lot. I mean, you might be nice 4.9, but you know it's deep. You know it's in the last third of the 24 seconds, and as effective as Chambo has been, he's going to have to sit. And this is the Serbia we thought we would see. Control, getting into just exploring your options.
And offensive foul called on Serbia's Jovic.
And we expected to see a lot more French defense like this, where everything was difficult, but it's only you've seen it in flashes, hence they trail 8.
Yeah, just guilty of a little bit of a push.
Yeah. Coach Capet has really gone deep into his bench. He's looking for he's had all sorts of combinations on the floor. Still looking for one that sort of gives him some consistency. I mean, at the moment, Frisch is pretty much filling the 4 spot. It's a very small lineup on the floor for France.
Here's Strazel. Well, will it be a third three-pointer of the day? Nope, he misses, but again, great work by Jovic to bat it over to his teammate. Petrovic again. That just can't happen. And the rim projection not there from Ouedraogo. And meanwhile, Wembanyama continues to sit on the bench.
Straight down the middle. Anywhere else but straight down the middle.
He's Balou. Answers.
That was tough because he had to work hard to get there. But like middle penetration, bit of a no-no. Both teams.
How many times have we seen Petrovic sprint past the guard? Puts it on the deck and goes right past him.
Straight past him as well. It's like the defense is playing him. Going to get the off-ball moving screen. They're trying to play him straight up. They're playing him one-on-one, like, you know, just playing within the team system. Force him to one side. You're going to get beat. Decide which side he's going to have to beat you on. And the moment is they're just playing him straight up, and Petrovic just has to step on any one of those French guards. And in essence, those French guards are quicker than him. They have to decide where they're trying to force him. Make that decision. Just don't be reactive. Try and be proactive at the defensive end.
Vicimovic, it's his third foul. Strazel at the elbow.
Serbia will settle for that. You know, Strazel trying to force one against the mismatch. Not trying to go past him.
Ball catches, goes up, and charge. Demahi Balou once again contributing this time on the defensive end.
Well, he got there, he was outside the charge circle. Scobell did a really nice job at slipping. They got the ball to him, then he's got to think there's nowhere to go. Got to go somewhere else with the ball. Can't barrel through a defending player who's really reacted well. That's better about the rotation, Jeff. Sideline trap, it's okay. You got fewer things to protect.
Frisch turns, puts it up, soft shot. He's getting a lot of minutes here. It's his first basket.
Searching for some sort of continuity, if you want some consistency, and he's had it with his small lineup. And Balou in particular has really given him some options, some quality time off the bench.
He has. Demahi Balou, one of the guards, and Stefanovic, shot clock down to 5. Ouedraogo, and boy, that was a dangerous save. Not usually supposed to do that, but Frisch was able to get it to his teammate. Strazel and Ouedraogo with the rebound. So he has to go back to the line.
I was asking the referee for a foul. I just don't see it. I mean, I think that the transition was good from Serbia. He had a bad option, but Ouedraogo just bailed him out. Rebounds make everything better. We continue to say that, but the trouble is, free throw wise, this is a little bit of a
adventure.
Yeah,
he makes it. He's got 7 rebounds and now a couple of points.
There we go.
So Belic will come in for Skobal with 41.8 seconds remaining. And France, despite having Wembanyama on the bench for pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, 2 very, very quick rounds.
They've been able to come back. Well, they pulled it within 4 at least.
Yeah.
This is where Demahi Balou simply cannot allow Petrovic just to go right past him. He was under the screen. No. Petrovic pulls up the dribble. Belic, he drives in, follows up his own missed shot, and puts it up and in. Last shot, France will try to take it. Strazel. And gets it to Wade Drago. And that is that. So Serbia hang tough. Belic with the last basket of the half. And Serbia lead it 39-33 over France. Well, Serbia have clearly been the better team in the first half. And those numbers, I mean, shooting inside the arc especially, 13 and 25.
I mean, in spite of France turning around a lot of the statistics in that second quarter, they're still struggling from the free throw line. And it's been a very, very impressive performance by Serbia, making the most of those options. And the name you're going to miss, in terms of 5 minutes. Wembanyama only played just under 5 minutes in the game. The good thing and the good news is for France, as you see Coach Lucas passing the time with his assistant on the way out, is that they only trail 6, and he still only picked up the 2 fouls. So overall, France will look at it and say, well, okay, this is not the way we wanted to start the game.
Could have been worse.
They still haven't dealt with that middle of the floor trap. I have no idea why it's. The first thing you decide is who. It's hard to decide whose responsibility is if the trap's in the middle of the floor, because it's very difficult to decide who. And worse than deciding who, they've had no one. And I think so many opportunities early. And that was the platform for the great start by Serbia. That was the platform for the 39-33. Good signs, and after a while, France found a combination that really did begin to help. And you got Demar Balou, as we said during the commentary, Jeff, with the threes and some defensive hustle was instrumental in actually getting back. Jambu, who started well, sort of lost a little bit of control and had to sit with some foul trouble. And I think Strazel's frustration is beginning to wear him out a little bit, because he's starting to take some bad shots.
Yeah, I mean, Strazel, the way he has played, it's almost become a liability.
Yes, totally.
And you've got to, with Demahi Balou out there, he seems to play under a little bit more control. He's not forcing his shot, but he will take it if he has to.
Well, that last replay that you saw before we get a picture of Coach Zoric is someone straight down the middle, just slipping the screen, no French help, no French rotation. And now maybe that's a case of, well, when Wembanyama's there, they're fine. But we'll be back for the second half.
Oh boy, the seas part, and he goes in for the dunk. In on the sideline. Look at Jovic here. We know about his jumper. Look at that, the pass up ahead to Sane. Look out, here he goes. Oh, goodness gracious. And Senegal cut the deficit to 11 points. Here he goes again, Stanionis. Oh, behind the back, are you kidding me? What? I mean, he is the man of the moment.
Basketball assists behind the back.
Draws the charge.
Draws the charge.
just a little bit behind Houston, and that leads to a fast break opportunity. Oh, great. Also, the Brown star, the Ivy Leaguer, Owusu Anane. He's got to be the pick of the players today, though, with what he's done. Pass to Strazel. Here he goes again. Wow.
Having the space to block it.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Serbia on top of France in the second semifinal of the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup. The winner will advance to face the very impressive United States, who dispatched Canada earlier today by 6 points. Although they were on the way to a big win, we thought, before an injury to Chandler kind of took the wind out of their sails, but they still won relatively comfortably. This Serbia team has come out to Serbia shooting 13 to 25, 52% inside the arc, 3 of 9. How many times, you know, they've played very smart. You know, Petrovic has been able to take the shot clock down. When he's been in trouble, he's been able to beat these what we consider to be excellent French guards off the dribble. And they're always looking to make the pass when, you know, somebody gets in their way, when they get a double team or somebody steps, and they've had wide open layups.
Well, the other thing, you know, absolutely, Jeff, and it's like when they were doing that early in the game, they were very aggressive, weren't they, as well? They were almost attacking the whole time. As the game, and that trap, they broke it down every time, as you say. And as the game developed on, they started to try, almost get into a little bit of clock management, and it was almost like too passive, and then Petrovic had to create a great shot down the end, and they weren't actually moving the ball and getting things, and enabled France to sort of, if you want, get on top of them a little bit. And then across the roster, people came up with plays, either offensive rebounds or, because in the first quarter they're shooting 75% from three, and that's obviously going to cool down a little bit.
I mean, full credit to Crapé, though, for, you know, going down his bench and trying to find somebody that could go out and just stabilize things.
I mean, but the thing will be interesting, Jeff, based on that, is he got performances out of Ballo in particular coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Does he try to stretch that a little bit and use him more, because he was as good as anyone else in the backcourt? And then he's got the issue of, well, it's not an issue. You'll bring out, you know, when you're going to look to bring in Wembanyama, all of a sudden that penetration down the middle, as long as he's in the help position, doesn't become a problem anymore, because anyone goes down the middle, he's going to be there waiting for him. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. How
well, what do you think is the bigger issue? How they're playing defensively, or how they've just not functioned as well offensively?
I think that the two things are connected, because they do normally score so many points off their defense.
Yeah.
You know, they 22 points off turnovers. You know, it's 18 points on fast breaks in terms of their performance across this yesterday in particular. And if they're not getting those points, there's no tempo in the game, so they're into a half-court game, which is not great. So I think they have to resolve the defensive end first, and Wembanyama helps them do that just by being on the floor. But I would leave the trap alone unless it's a sideline trap. I wouldn't go anywhere near that. They've been, you know, Serbia look too good, too intelligent as basketball players. Their IQ's too good, and then they'll be fine.
So you're going to pick a winner then?
I'm still staying with France. I went with France right at the beginning, and I think that the option for them, if they can sort out the defensive issue, I think they're fine. And Wembanyama, I think, does that on his own. If he can stay in the game, he's good. I think that's going to be the decisive factor. And I think Petrovic, who's had to play a lot of minutes, gets outworked by the combination of the three guards.
Jovic, you know, we highlighted his play beforehand, and he's had 8 points and 4 rebounds, but it really has been solid contributions across the board for Serbia. I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
Simovic, Petrovic, early on. Nishikic was wheeling and dealing. So I think if you know, Lukic, you have to be happy.
Yeah, and I think the big plus that they have, no disrespect to Coach Klepe, but like Zoric is, you know, he's the BCL Coach of the Year. You know, he knows his way around. He has been an exceptional coach, and so that's a huge plus for Serbia, especially in this situation where he's got a way that he's decided his team is going to play. It's very clear that you know, defensively their help rotations are good. They're going to ask France to make shots from the three-point line. So I do think it really does come down to the effectiveness of French defense to get points off their defense and in transition. Jeff, the other thing, even though we've been debating it a bit, Serbia found ways to win in some tough situations. Okay, not against a team of the quality of France, but you know, making good decisions in tight games is. They've really done a good job at the same thing, though, that France have had a tough group with, you know, a 1-point loss to Spain earlier in the competition. They've been in some tough games. The way they blew Argentina away, the only team to manage to do that. So it's Wembanyama is the difference to me, and that's
he has to get in the game.
They've got to use him. They've got to find him. You know, it's
funny how we also kind of talked about that being the issue for Canada in the first game against USA. Zach Edey was a little bit late to the party. I mean, he, you know, maybe didn't get the touches that he needed early on.
Yeah, and he didn't have the issue of he didn't have to sit for foul trouble either. That was more of a decision by Canada to stay with a rotation that they seem very fixed with. But well, the great thing is he's only got the 2.
USA here scouting this game, but it's interesting how they're sitting at the end, way at the other end. I mean, it seems like they will want to get a better view. Can they see back there well enough?
I think it's one of those things, Jeff. You know, like sometimes I think when you're scouting, you want to feel.
Right.
Feel for how things are going, because you can watch film as much as you want, and there's no shortage. Every game here is obviously viewable, and you know, it's. I don't really know who they would prefer to play. I think there's strengths and weaknesses in both opponents that they could pick up. So I do think you get a little bit more by being in the gym.
là. Kevin, t'es là. Là, Mathieu pour Jason, Mama. Jason, Victor, tu sors, 3 points.
USA waiting to face the winner of this game. Will it be Serbia? Will it be France? And Serbia's giving themselves a great chance, but a long way to go. Their biggest lead for the game, 14 points. Right now it's 6.
Treća opcija, 5 strane. Može, ajmo! Ajde, ajmo! Srce na tebe, bre! 20 minuta,
I tell you what would be perfect for Serbia. If they could repeat the start of the second half that they had at the beginning of the game. I think the French view of the world here would be, we're all right now. We've managed to keep it at 6. We're just going to knuckle down, play our defense. Wembanyama's back in the game. Foul trouble for Wembanyama. Poor rotations on traps, etc. If Serbia gets some easy looks and they build that momentum again,
yeah,
no better team, no better country in world basketball controlling games.
Jovic, Petrovic, and Stefanovic each with 8 points for Serbia as we start the second half here in Riga, the semifinals for FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup. And Chikambu drives and scores immediately, so good start for France. And you can see Zoran Lukic. There was a Luka Zoric, remember, for Croatia?
Yeah.
That's why we get confused with that one.
Yeah, it is the automatic thing, yeah, Zoran Lukic. Interesting decision to get Kevin Massinol-Nolio in the game. And there must be some defensive reasons for that.
He got it to the shooter, but he didn't knock it down. And here he is, Leo. Clearly, again, Krape trying some different things here.
Yep.
Massinol-Nolio whips it across, now Frisch. And back to the iron. And 3 fouls. Is that on Carson? No, it's on our Mr.
If he does, no, they're putting on Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I was going to say if Leo does nothing else, if he can get that foul for himself, he would be more than happy. But Krape's got to leave him in. You know, there's nothing to save him for. Yeah, it's you give him a chance to play. He has no chance to get any rhythm in the game. Just trust him a little bit.
It's a good job by Stefanovic to fall over as he reached in. Here's Petrovic, and Wembanyama able to tap it over to his teammates. Let's see if they can get him involved in the offense.
That's what he needs. He needs touches right now. And he doesn't need touches necessarily outside the three-point line.
Frisch, turn. Now they're going to call the travel.
It looked like a travel. We might see it again because I think he sort of almost hopped in the middle. If he just hopped and it doesn't happen, it just looked different. Let's take a look.
Yeah. You don't think so?
I
thought it looked awkward.
It definitely looked awkward. It looked like a travel. I'm not sure when he picked it up.
If it looks like a travel,
it's going to get called
smells like a travel.
Absolutely.
And it is a travel. Jovic. Masikic. Alley-oop. And Serbia.
There are ways to protect Wembanyama. You could put a zone on the floor and just leave him in the middle of it. And just ask him to challenge shots just by being there. You can't throw the lob to him when he's 1 on 3. I know he's going to get it, but I'm not sure that's the way to get him into the rhythm of the game. Because I don't think Serbia have any problem putting a body on him in that situation. He's not going to enjoy that situation. Poor pass. I mean, they get the foul, and they're going to call it offensive. And
unbelievable. Wembanyama picks up foul number 4. Arguably a guy that's battling for MVP honors in this event has just been a non-factor
See, and that's partly how big he is. He just puts his arm up to hold his space. The defender does what he should do. As they,
boy, they get a steal at least. Chickamboud intercepts the pass. And, well, at least this might just be one of those nights where they're going to have to win without him.
Yep.
How ironic would that be? Here is Mushikic getting it back, and they get it down low to Kovacevic. And Mazel called for the foul. Blocking foul. It's almost a no call.
I think if you're French now, you're believing that you're getting a little bit of the rough end of the stick when it comes to the calls. Because I mean, the point about the Wembanyama foul is that where else is he supposed to put his arm? He didn't really extend it, and in many ways he only extended because the defensive player sort of didn't flop, like went with the contact.
Right. Yeah, he definitely accepted the contact.
Yeah.
And made the most of it.
And Wembanyama's elbow is at his head height. He can't put it anywhere else. I do think sometimes, you know, that the taller guy in that situation gets a little bit hard done by.
Good job. Oh, boy. One pass too many for France. Wembanyama frustrated, but you have games like this. He's got 4 fouls.
And France have enough talent to stay in this. It's just going to be a little bit tougher. And defensively, they're going to have to be a little bit more honest, as opposed to relying on him to challenge shots at the ring.
He just really, but even, you know, there wasn't any moment in this game where he's made any type of impact.
No,
so in a way, Serbia's just taking him out of it, taking him out of the equation. Mushikic, way Drago guarding, and foul called again.
And this is where it's one of the factors, as you see the foul, and it's clearly a foul. He muscle a little elbow. But it's like, this is when you remember this is the Under-19 World Championships, because players, in terms of knowing how to deal with this, and this is where Coach Clapin and his staff are going to have, guys, just concentrate, do what we say we're going to do. Let's play our type of game. Don't get into the scenario with officials. There's still only 6 down, 7 down. There's no panic at all. But they have to start playing basketball. They're not trying to be a referee. They've got a white uniform, not a gray one.
Chickamboud gets it. And the 3-point shot, not there, but Frisch battles away. Kovacevic with the rebound. Noleo guarding Jovic out, and now an offensive foul called on Kovacevic.
That's the way to deal with the situation. Play defense and trust the official, which you always have to do, to make the same interpretation. Because that's all that happens here.
Well, that was exactly what happened with Wembanyama.
He didn't call it on the first push, though. That's the disappointment for if you're comparing the two.
Yeah.
Both of them were fouls, and he just let the first one go, and I think that's because the size was similar.
Marcion Noleo gets on the baseline and steps out of bounds.
Noleo's the wrong man in the wrong spot here, because if you're going to penetrate down that side and you help off him, Serbia will be quite happy if he shoots the ball, quite happy if he puts the ball on the floor, as we've seen why. So you've got to move your personnel into areas where they're going to be effective. Have a shooter in that corner, then they have to play honest on the wing.
Oh, look at him share the basketball, and Marcion Noleo comes in. Missed the foul. 2 shots.
And it's too simple, I think, for me to say this, but it is the impact of not having a shot blocker around the ring and trying to change the way. But then again, Wembanyama is only averaging like 22 minutes a game, so it's not as if they haven't had to play without him.
Sure.
And if you've got to look at it from the other perspective, Serbia are just playing great. They're just playing an incredibly mature and fundamentally sound game. And the other thing is, you just have to look at the body language from Coach Luka Zoric on the sideline. He's orchestrating this at the moment, Jeff. He really is, you know, running the game from the sideline.
Yango has just checked in, number 10, inbounds the basketball to Strazel.
Frappe is still looking for those options. Still, he's got to find a unit that's going to work again.
Marcion no Leo. Good hustle. Wow, extraordinary effort there by Strazel to catch it while in the air and then save it in bounds. Chikambu again. France battling away, getting the ball back.
Taking a lot of tough shots, though. A lot of shots that are really under pressure.
Brazil for 3. Wow. Got some rain with that. And it's back to a 6-point game.
That was deep. That was deep. It was like 2 meters, I think, outside the 3-point line.
Yango battling away down low with Kovacevic. Petrovic once again gets some penetration, gets it back out to Stefanovic, and away dry go. Well, he takes the ball away, but it's called for the foul. Have a look. He might have gotten all ball, but he's coming down hard on the ball. That's what the referee says.
Yeah.
And Serbia at the free throw line have been good.
Yep.
Unlike France, Serbia hit 9 of 10 free throws. France are 3 of 9. And Stefanovic is a good free throw shooter. He's hit now 3. All 3 of his attempts. Well, hands it off to Strazel. Shot clock about to expire. Chikambu has to launch it. I mean, it is incredible how the three-point shot has bailed them out. And those are not three-pointers being taken on the line. They're a full meter or so behind. He was barely in bounds. Good confidence for Chikambu, though. Foul called on Yango.
But they stood underneath the screen and tried to push their way through. Again, France must have, they must have scouted that, because it's one of the plays that the double screen high that they ran yesterday to release the shooter. They must have decided who was going to switch out and who was going to stay, and they're just trying to fight their way through and not trying to work through whatever rules they have on the floor. Meanwhile, Serbia is still on the free throw line, although that's only their second miss of the game.
That was really interesting. I don't know if you saw Traoré, but Chikambu was trying to talk to him. He didn't want to have anything. He just wanted to walk away. So Strazel went over and said, "What are you doing? Go back and talk to Chikambu. He's trying to tell you something." So he did. But frustration apparent for these French players, but they got to hold it together mentally.
Yep.
And getting to, oh boy, he had a great look there. Way Drago gets the rebound, goes up, and earns a trip to the free throw line. Yango had the layup, just could not get it to drop.
That French front line has got to understand roles here, because Strazel, nice penetration at Chikambu, who went through. If you're the opposite guy, the opposite forward, you've got to screen in to release Chikambu when he comes out the other side of the floor. But and then he just stood, and it puts him in the same space. In the end, he committed to the drive. It fouled him out a little bit. But this French team looking they're only down 5. I don't know why they're doubting themselves so much.
Drago, I mean, he was definitely fouled on purpose to put him on the line early in the first half, and he missed 2 free throws. But since then, he's hit, I think, all 4, hasn't he? Shikic, guarded by Chikambu. Able to get it to Skobal. It's a good shooter. Wow!
Well, he showed yesterday, didn't he, when he's got his feet set, if the people on the help side just sink too much, he has too much time. So the closeout was slow. He's just so solid when he has time.
Ooh, I think he might have stepped out of bounds. It was close. Chikambu, Traore. Here's again, a Yango. And Ouedraogo again with the offensive rebound and put back. Boy, he is a beast on the boards, isn't he?
Absolutely. Someone had to step up here. Someone had to, put some energy into this French performance. He's doing it single-handed. He's 1 on 4 on the glass on that one.
He's in double-digit rebounds right now, so he's been tough. He's got 8 points and 11 rebounds. Does not convert the opportunity, however. France still trailing by 5. Kovacevic. Here's Stefanovic. He has been very problematic. And now the turnover, rare turnover. Strazel quickly to Chikambu. He doesn't miss, does he?
That's French basketball, summing up their defense. 4 guys committed to transition. Cuts it to a 3-point game. Lukic takes the timeout.
Chikambu's basket makes it a 3-point game. Let's listen in.
Nisi se gradio, izgubio na driblingu loptu. 4-0, pa. Tvoja izmena. Moraš budiš odgovorniji, bre. 1-0, diši, bre.
Moramo da gradimo ovu sedmicu, nek mali su koji skoku da gradite.
Ajmo da probamo sada, da odigramo, odigrati jedan, pa ceo 3. Smo se dogovorili, jedan pa ceo 3. Jasno? Jedan, postav se go, ne može produžiti. Samo ne uvredimo na Jovicu.
Look at this. Strazel said, go back. Your teammate's trying to talk to you, Chikambu, so he did. But, France have stayed in this because, A, they've been able to hit some really difficult shots. I mean, they've made difficult shots from behind the arc look easy.
Yeah.
I mean, Chikambu especially, he's been sensational.
And we saw Strazel yesterday getting to a point where he started to make them deep in the game and, sort of to an extent put the game to bed. But that backcourt, we talked about it before the game, Jeff, that backcourt for me has always been like one of the impressive parts of this French team. And they're carrying it with Ouedraogo on the glass without Wembanyama, who's literally played 6 minutes in this game.
Defense starting to wear Serbia down a little bit.
They're becoming very passive. In the first part of the game, they were attacking early if there was an option. Attack early and just make better decisions.
And they do get it in. Shikic passes up the 3-pointer, hands it off to Kovacevic. Inside to Shikic, returns, nowhere to go. Runs into Traore. And Traore needs to find his guard. He was wanting to run in case there was a fast break there, but it was a little scary. Real opportunity for France. And diving, going down was Kovacevic. It's like that was genuine contact.
Yeah.
So it puts back, who would have thought Ouedraogo at the free throw line was going to be such a big factor tonight. It takes his time and makes it. They haven't been this close in a long time.
As you said,
It's the beginning, in fact.
It was like a 14-point lead at one point, 16-point lead at one point, 14-point lead.
Drago well short with the second attempt.
It's going to be a journey. If he is going to spend more time on the free throw line than anybody else.
Nedarevic in the game for Serbia. Big center. Go ball over to Stefanovic. Guarded by Yango. Taking down Stefanovic. Nowhere to go, puts it up. Oh boy, he just such a score, isn't he?
Just, you know, France are now switching all the screens. I mean, they're just getting, you know, they don't have Wayam to worry about in terms of any, and everybody on the floor can actually, has got good laterals, so they don't mind any mismatch.
Strazel, tough pass.
Good read by Petrovic, just left. Jumbo, once he saw where the ball was going, he had two because of the help, and played it absolutely perfectly. Got between the two, split them, and almost came up with the steal.
Big moment of the game for Serbia if they can hold it together here. Strazel almost launched it. Here he goes. This is badly. It did not hit the rim. Appreciate Stefanovic. That last drive, I think, really illustrates how he's a tough customer. Standing over there in front of the bench. Now it's Kovacevic. He's going up against Drago, and Drago calls for the foul.
Well, we've seen a number of teams use the, get the ball screen, get a switch, and then try and exploit the advantage you have.
They're over the limit too, so it goes to the line.
Yep, and the great thing that Serbia are doing is when they run that, they literally go 5 out. So if you overhelp, they've got shooters, everyone's a shooter. They're going to break down Drago and make good decisions or get fouled as they've done on this one. Then they just have to make the throws, which obviously on that occasion they didn't.
Well, Kovacevic hasn't scored yet. And he's also got 4 fouls. Interestingly. Wow, just both. It's very un-Serbia-like.
Yep.
Back into the game is Balou. Demahi Balou. He's got the basketball. Strazel. It's online. It's good. I'll tell you what, boy. They are raining in some serious three-pointers.
Yeah, and it's they're using the fact that Serbia are worried about the catch. They will put it on the floor, so they're giving that space, and Strazel just shot that in rhythm.
1-point lead for Serbia. Skobal, and he had his feet set. He gets it right back. How mentally tough are these guys?
Absolutely, Jeff. Same thing we said. Make sure Skobal put the ball on the floor. Because he's not going to blow past you, but you give him the space and time. Oh, my word.
Oh, my goodness. If that had gone in, I just would have just... Anyway, wow. Kovacevic hurls it. I mean, these guys have no range. I mean, they're in range when they get off the bus. We're at the end of 3. Serbia lead it 57-53 over France. Seven threes for France, 7-15.
Well, Jeff, right, this focus a little bit on that Serbian numbers, because at the beginning of the game they couldn't miss, and then started to make stuff again. But it's that period where they slow down. When they slow down too much, they lose their own offensive rhythm. But when they run that little switch action, during these clips, you're going to see a number of mismatches where guards are going against Drago a lot. And they break them down and make good decisions. But they could do that a little sharper, a little quicker. But they're already into managing the game. It's one of the features of this tournament is high-scoring games. This isn't going to be one of those high-scoring games. We're at the end of 3, and it's 57-53. This is a much more, well, let's call it's a very technical European game. And when does Clape go, okay, Victor?
I think he was
4 fouls, off you go.
I think he was getting ready to put him back in.
Yeah.
but maybe not. Now it looks like he's not.
And then you know that the interesting thing is that you'll know that the Serbian team will know when he's in the game. Don't get so focused at going at him because he's extra length. If he stays clean, is going to be a factor. You start to lose your own rhythm. But be aware of where he is. You know, if he's the help man, you can go at him. I like that if he comes back, Jeff. I like the decision because what you saving him for?
Yeah, well, he's in. No, he's not. He's going back.
Well, he's not. He's not in.
He was out there talking to him. We thought he was going in. I really like the fact that Krape is gone. He's used everybody tonight.
Yes. Well, he's had to, hasn't he? He's been looking, in the first half in particular, he was just looking for a lineup that would give him some sort of output.
Fourth quarter action underway in Riga. The winner advances to face the United States in the final of the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup. Stefanovic, boy, couldn't quite get to it. France, so Serbia with another chance. Boy, it's not often that Stefanovic misses. Now Petrovic pulls up for three, and he misses. And Traore was, wow, he was up there.
It's still getting what they want. You love a team, even at this age, you've got to get the shots they want.
Yango, his attempt goes in and out. Drago, look at the hustle from Stefanovic. Yango gets in Petrovic's way, but they're able to find the open man.
They have a mismatch down low, but they're going to turn it down.
Brazil simply cannot get beaten, and he does. He draws the charge from Stefanovic.
Well, there's the example. Brazil says you're staying down this side of the floor. I'm not letting you come back. His angle is good, and then draws the foul. But he's deciding where he's going to get beat. Try and beat him the other way. He's got position. His team know that's where the ball is supposed to be, the direction that the ball is supposed to be going, so everybody's set up. Great defense. He's got the quickness to do it.
FIBA Balu. This is the way Drago. Frisch puts it up on the baseline. Oh. There he goes and draws the foul. You know, I was so impressed by watching Frisch earlier in the tournament against Mali, but it seems like his shot has kind of disappeared, yet other aspects of his game is allowing him to contribute. Like,
yeah, it's a great point because against Mali, cold shot scored.
Yeah, he's automatic.
But I think you got a Serbian team now who have scouted that, and they're going to say, well, when Frisch catches it, make him put it on the floor, make him make a tougher shot. And what he then does is he shoots it, but he just goes after it. And like he did the same yesterday. Yesterday was, what, 0 for 5, 0 for 4 early in the game?
Completely out of sorts, and then all of a sudden, and Krape really goes with it.
But he wasn't, because he was making all those other contributions, which is the point you made, that it's okay to leave him. And you know at some point he's going to start making those shots.
8.5 minutes remaining.
Jeff, this is one of those trips where I think Serbia have to, they have to start scoring. Let's get back into that flow. They've got so into control and tempo here that they're actually forgot to play.
Petrovic, tough drive, but doesn't score. Brazil did a good job. Now he pushes it quickly. Demahi Balu for three. Got it! France have taken the lead. And Lukic calls timeout. And the only thing you can say about France is they're irrepressible. I mean, they have refused to go away, and they have been mentally tough. Demahi Balu has just been sensational tonight. Absolutely.
And again, that one, great transition, gets spotted up, gets the ball, makes the three.
Dolazi mi pik onaj belac, nemoj da mi dolazi ovaj prema čuva.
Alo, ajde da probamo sada šorc, a sljedeći napad, da odigramo jedan, ti si dobro upoznat, se dogovorili. Znači šorc, 1 i 3, ajmo.
Ajde, skoči laki poeni, Nasa!
Jeff, even though you want, this is the reaction I think to the last three, but even though you want to control things, you've got to remember what got you that position. They haven't run any aggressive pick and roll. They haven't got Jovic's shot in this quarter. They haven't even had a touch. So, and him and Scoble, I think, are just tough for the French to match up on. So get them the ball in situations where they have advantage, and you'll get yourself back into that same rhythm you had early in the game.
Petrovic. Stefanovic. And the pass intercepted. Demahi Balou.
France didn't help off of Scoble or Jovic at all. Therefore, the pass to them after the action they ran was guarded.
Brazil taking the clock down. Good hands. Frisch spins, gets in the paint. Oh boy, how about that?
Tough.
The footwork.
Yep.
And the control.
Well, he came through in the fourth quarter, in the quarterfinal, doing it again. They just need to tick the scoreboard. They need to find something from somewhere. And they just...
Petrovic again, drives in, this time able to finish.
I'll be honest about it. I was just about to say, I don't think they'll break them down on the dribble. And then Petrovic just says, what do you mean?
Yeah, he was a little bit short last time. He's got to back himself. Brazil over to Traoré for three. And I'm waiting for your play to your skill set comment there.
Well, look at the three-point shooters you have on the floor. Look at the scores you have on the floor. Traoré is not out there as a primary scorer.
Demahi Balou pulls up, and that's good.
There you go.
He is raising eyebrows tonight.
Absolutely. And you like the way the Crape's leaving him in there. The easy option would be go back to Chambou.
I like it because everybody gets minutes, everybody contributes. They get stronger as a team, and they have to be able to play against the USA. If they win, you're going to need everybody. Jovic. Balou with the rebound.
Serbia haven't got the ball below the foul line for the last 3 or 4 trips, Jeff, apart from the penetration from Petrovic. The ball sticks with the guard. It's all in front of the French defense.
Frisch with the dish, gets it back, puts it up, and once again, Frisch is like, goes from ice cold to red hot. And France have now got the wind in their sails. Look at that.
And then don't forget, what a play by Splazel. He's been scoring, shooting, whatever, sees his man open. It's about the we, not the me for him. It's about the win. Tremendous decision.
Šta smo pričali? Vertikalno delo, skačeš. Ne može ajmo. Ojka! Kako hoćeš? Što mi ne dođeš u pik, što stojiš? Alo, ajde. Gotovo, šta je tu? Igramo. Ajde, moramo da postavimo pravo da. Odakle je? Ajmo, ajmo jedno.
Jeff, I'd just like to see, I hope the reaction coming out of coach's timeout for Serbia is to get where they were before. The first half, there was penetration kick, or there'd be some screen action away from the ball. You'd have people coming back off the picks. We've had guard dribble for the last like 3 or 4 minutes, and it's just been really hard work to create anything. Go back, move the ball, get other people to touch.
Jovic has to bring it up against Traoré. Demahi Balou denied Petrovic, so they've lost some time on the shot clock. There's Brazil going for the steal. Guarding Stefanovic. And Jovic loses his man. Traoré slipped. Couldn't stay with him.
3, 4 guys touched the basketball. They got it to the foul line extended, had better angles, great movement by Jovic. And they tick it over.
Noleo getting ready to come into the game. Here's Frisch again. And puts it up. You know, I really thought of him as more of a jump shooter, but he's got some moves, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Takes a hit too, very solid.
I like how he can fail, but it doesn't beat him. He comes back. Look at Jovic. Good hands, Traoré.
Well, those were the plays they were making earlier on. It was just a little slower.
Traoré doesn't want to come out of the game. He's telling the coach, I'm okay, don't take me out. But he's going to do just that and bring back in Kevin Noleo.
Mizicic in the first half was making those back cuts passes to everybody.
Interesting. They clearly wanted him on Jovic.
That's tough. That's tough.
He just ate him up.
Yeah.
Jovic. And Traoré, I think, is going to go right back in. And I think Noleo also got injured on the play.
But you got to ask the question as well. Jovic is the man at the moment. Gets the ball in the low post. Beats his man, yeah, but there's no one looking to help in that situation. It's not as if Serbia at the moment are like drawing and kicking. You can't laugh. That's a one-on-one. That's only going to be one answer.
That's a weird sequence. I don't know. I mean,
the rotation.
Yeah. It could be that Marcio Noleo is carrying an injury, and then he's not at full, 100%, and they were going to test him. And it didn't work, and Serbia had pulled back to within 1 point.
What France can't do is stop this tempo. They've got to keep the tempo. Hard show, push Brazil to penetrate.
So it is 66-64 rather than 60-point lead.
Fouls on the floor, so France will have a 14 and a end-line possession at the moment. Frappe going with the players that are really doing it for him on the floor. He's not gone back to Chambo.
We may not see Wembanyama again tonight. Here's Ouedraogo. Powerful move inside.
Wow. Through contact.
I think he could have had everybody hanging on him there, and he still would have scored.
Tries that again, though. Picking the pass, picking the right option.
Stefanovic gets driving and is fouled, so he goes back to the line.
Is that going to be Ouedraogo's third?
Ouedraogo, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, here he was scoring. Tough move.
Well,
these will be pressure free throws here, down 4.
Strazel's stepped out. I can't believe he'll be out for more than a minute. Chambo is checked in.
Chickambo, yeah. 17, and Stefanovic does not make it.
No.
There you go. They're harder to make at this part of the game.
Yeah, free throw stats never matter at this point. You can throw them away.
He had been 4-4. Now he's 5-6. He's back to a 3-point game.
Wembanyama is getting ready to come back in, Jeff. I think doing some stretches, trying to get some active, or telling the coach he wants to play.
Yeah, I think he wants to tell the coach he wants to. You can understand why he would stick with this unit. Chickambo. Strong with the ball. A little hook shot. Oh, goodness gracious.
Old school. Little sky hook. Just backed his man down. That'll be on the highlights, Jeff.
Yeah, it will. Helps out a little bit. Now Traoré guarding Jovic.
Foul coming.
That's behind the arc. And Stovall not able to rebound it. France with a 5-point lead and possession. A huge defensive stop needed by Serbia here, but a foul called as Chickambo just continues to put pressure on that defense. France have really shown tonight that in the backcourt they are deep.
Really are.
The problem that Frappe has is finding minutes for all of them.
And he doesn't have a big guard. Chicambo is his biggest guard. So it's
Traoré again misses from the corner, but there's Frisch, hands it off to Wade Drago, and then he's blocked from behind. Jovic travel called. Wade Drago. He got good eyes. I didn't see that.
It's like he's getting away. We're going to see the pass. Goes up and
his feet
comes down. So he goes up, comes down with it.
Okay.
They can't go with the 3 guards. It's just too small. I don't think they match up well enough to people. But he would love, I think, to have all 3 of them on the floor at some point.
Skobal, good rebound. Masikic loses it.
Skobal needed to hold on to that. Sujic was just not ready.
Chickambo whips the pass to Traoré. Demahi Balou. Now gives it to Chickambo. Now back over to Demahi Balou. And that was off the back of the iron.
Some ball movement for Serbia now. Try and create some advantage. Don't just play it on the dribble so much. Well, they picked the foul up, though.
I don't know. If you're France, you've got fouls to give, so it's not a terrible play.
It's Quadrago's 4th, I think. And again, if he fouls out, you can always bring Wembanyama, so.
Well, if Wembanyama doesn't come back in and France win, he will be well rested for tomorrow.
Well rested, frustrated, desperate to play well, all those things.
Ensuite, on trouve des choses simples, on fait tomber des fautes. On trouve des choses simples, on fait tomber des fautes. Là, on a fait un combat qui fait le travail. Hé, Ahmed, allume, t'as raté un, tu retires. C'est pour trouver la coaching. Fais rentrer Victor à ta place. D'accord, je fais rentrer Victor. On joue deux côtés. Mathieu, je te voir là. Ici, Jason. Et Victor, tu suis, tu es dans le pick and roll. Et là, Victor, tu plonges. Doucement. Et, parce que s'il rouge, fais attention pour chaque fois que tu en es dans. S'il rouge, fais attention. C'est bon? Allez, go, Kenza! Allez, bleu, blanc, rouge!
Mick, do you think France? Nick, Mark, do you think France can close this out?
Yes.
Let me ask Mick. Mick, do you think we can close? Oh, we're not going to hear from you tonight. So,
yeah, I think
they can?
I think
look who's back in the game.
Well, yeah.
Wembanyama has come back into the game.
And why not? You know, Drago's he's on the 4 fouls. If Wembanyama fouls out, just go straight back to him. You've got 2 minutes to get through. You'd hope you get through with those 2. You get through it.
Wembanyama can contribute to the calls here.
Got to move the ball. They can't just play on the dribble. And now they just need to do that.
Oh, Petrovic. Long rebound to Jovic.
Tough move.
It was.
And now, wow, they needed that. Single possession game now, so.
They got to get a stop. Traoré again from the right. Finally gets it to go, so I guess that is his skill set.
If you ask Coach Lukic who would want to shoot the 3, he'd still say Traoré. Gutsy play.
And good
Gutsy
defense.
play.
I love the way Frisch plays.
Yeah. Every team needs a Frisch, Jeff. You know, like, he always works within his skill sets, always, and he does what he does really well. And you need players who just do that.
Traoré had hit a 3 before tonight, by the way. He had hit 1 against Argentina. Here's Jovic. Serbia, they need something. Oh boy, Wembanyama, and the charge called on Jovic. And finally, Wembanyama gets the benefit of a call.
Let's take a look. Ooh. What goes around comes around. You know, when you have
that's
a bat,
what I mean.
Yeah, you have a bat. You have a. If you go against, if you go for. So.
I think it's more of a case of things even out over the course of the game.
I would agree.
Strazel. Frisch takes it in.
Oh.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
I mean, they've had a lot of heroes tonight, France, and Frisch is right up there. Decision-making has been exceptional.
Frisch is just terrific. Here's Petrovic, shaking him. Bacon is rejected.
You can tell, Jeff, momentum, the energy. It's almost like there's a expectation on this French team. They were playing with all that weight of it, and that's just been released.
You're right. They're confident.
Yeah, I think that the officials are going to have to just remind these guys it's 49 seconds. It's a great game. Let's just play it through. Serbia still have a go at this. There's still time for them to. They get the shot. They score. They've got to score on this possession.
Ivanovic would like to take a three, but he's going to put it on the deck and go. Whoa, what a tough finish. What a tough finish.
Yeah, but Jeff, where has it been? It's always been like the one guy at the top with the whole defense set. That's a tremendous take.
Yeah. Again, France. And again, they're just going to continue to attack. Frisch has it. They're not worried about taking time off the clock. Playing much more confidently now.
No.
Three-point shot. Well, 20 seconds left. 2 possessions. Petrovic. Somebody needs to launch it for Serbia. Go ball for 3. Gets blocked.
By Frisch.
Wanyama rebounds it, and Frisch just puts an exclamation mark on his terrific performance. And France. There's not going to be enough time for Serbia, though, to save. Something crazy will have to happen. They've got possession 4.8 seconds.
Emotional roller coaster for this French team in this game. There's been times they've doubted themselves, but somehow managed to come through.
And Jovic puts up one last shot. Tough loss for Serbia. They were excellent for much of this game, but France, you really have to tip your hat to them. They held it together. They had plenty of adversity tonight, but they come back and beat Serbia 75-69 to advance to the final of the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup, where they will face the United States tomorrow. You know, that was impressive. I mean, from their ability to make these three-pointers when they were really struggling in the first half to just their resoluteness and never just giving in. And Frappe, I give him a lot of credit for never, he kept his cool and he trusted in all of his players.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable display of trust by a coach.
Yeah, and he went to everywhere, Jeff. Went down the roster, he went to everyone on the floor, and he got performances from everyone on the floor. It was just exceptional. Well, let's just say that as a group, they found a way to win. They are down 14 points early against a very talented Serbian team that probably went too passive at some points during the game. But they got contributions all the way down, and they did it without their talismanic, Wanyama, playing 6-7 minutes in the whole game, foul trouble early, and like his taking of the charge at the end of the game just undermined the way he made the contribution.
Chikambu was just utterly sensational tonight. So was Demahi Balou and Strazel as well. I mean, again, Serbia came out and they were just so good for so long. And you feel for them because it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, a chance to get to the final. They're going to have to regroup and try to win the third-place game against Canada. It's already been a terrific tournament for Serbia getting this far, but they want to, leave Latvia after a win. So will Canada to ease the blow, just defeat. France, I don't know. I don't know what impresses me more, the fact that Frappe stuck with him, stuck with everybody, and he really did. I mean, it's, the temptation, sometimes you think you're almost afraid to go to that bench, but he trusted every single one of those guys.
Well, and we've talked a lot about the fact that national team coaching and national team programs, you theoretically should be able to go to your 12th guy.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have to be, he's not in your first 5, but he's still a great player because he's here. The most impressive thing is that they also, as players on the floor, we had those moments when Chikambo was trying, Strazel stepped up and told his teammate Traore, guys, let's not get out of this. plenty of time, and that composure as young men was really a big part of them coming back. And then you add the contribution of Frisch, which is like, do the right thing at the right time. He was sensational again, and they found contributions. And what else can you say about Cuadrado? His man steps out, he's in foul trouble, he's got to take care of things around the glass, and he just works so hard.
Here he is, Cuadrado shows the way.
Yeah. And we doubted his free throw shot. Yeah, he still wasn't as good as he wants to be, but he made enough. He just made enough at key moments. Just a tremendous game of basketball, really a great way to finish the semifinals, because at the end of the day, you would hope France will go back and say, that's a great achievement, we're in the final, let's believe we can win.
Well, I mean, they're going to have their work cut out against the USA. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But the way they've won tonight, they will be back in their chances. This is a team that is strong, athletic, and as they showed tonight, mentally tough. And, you know, and they're like, you're going to take our best player out of the game. We're all going to pull together. And one of, you know, and all the French got to say, in all of the competitions that I've covered French basketball, this is one of the great performances. You know, and I'm talking about primarily senior team. I mean, this was a gutsy performance. And quality.
Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. Teams finding ways to win, Jeff. It's unusual. It's a characteristic you really need to develop.
Yeah. Well, real quickly, Chikambu, sensational. 19 points, perfect from three-point range, 3 of 3. Frisch, 14 points, 6 of 8, 7 rebounds, a steal, a block. Strazel, 8 points, but he had 10 assists. Traoré battled in there with 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. You know, you go all the way down to Demahi Balou, 13 points, 3 of 5 from deep. Cuadrado, 11 points, 15 rebounds. Terrific. So here it is, folks. The semifinals are done. You see the USA getting ready to play France for the title. And, you know, this will be the best performance, I think, in this tournament from France. So they've already achieved the best. Canada taking on Serbia in the battle for 3rd place. So just double checking what I just said. That is indeed the case. Of course, France finished 3rd at the last Under-19 Basketball World Cup that was in Greece, and USA defeated Mali in that one in the final. So we have got a great day coming up tomorrow, starting with the 3rd place game and then the title game. So one last time, folks, for Mark Clark, I'm Jeff Taylor. France win it 75-69 over Serbia. They had to hold it together. They trailed by as many as 14 points. Allez le bleu.